So, hello. Once again, I'm back on my old, trustworthy Dell Alienware M17 R5 AMD edition. Once again, we are back in Linux Mint 22.3 Cinnamon, and of course, I'm recording locally and streaming today on the Twitch service. Before I will continue, let me show you the system information, first with the GUI and then with the terminal. So let's do this. Here we are. So yeah, the system, as you can see, is an Alienware M17 R5 AMD, as I said, Linux Mint 22.3 Cinnamon. The CPU of the system is a AMD Ryzen 9 6900HX. The graphics are also AMD Radeon RX 6800M. The system has 32 GB of RAM and 2 TB of SSD storage space. So this is the GUI information. Let's check out the terminal. Let's put it down here, for example. Okay. So yeah, here again you can see that the complete system information, basically what I said already, more or less the same things you can see here. You can pause the stream or later on the YouTube channel the video and take a good look on your own pace. However, I just wanted to mention that I'm using the full 4K resolution of the system, but with the scale not in 2 as it says there. For some reason it says 2. I will show you maybe why that is, but it's actually 1.5. And also I'm running the screen, I'm driving the screen at 120 Hz. However, I'm streaming and recording, as you will soon see, at full HD and 25 FPS. So yeah, let's take a good look why that scale is off a bit. So basically I will go to the system settings and let's go on the display. So yeah, as you can see, I have enabled here the enable fractional scaling control experimental, and this is why I'm using this 150% of the scale instead of the 200 that the terminal thinks it's 200. I don't know why that is, but this is what is happening at the moment. And let's go back to the OBS and show you the information there. So the output, for the output I'm using both for the streaming and the recording, the video encoder software X264, 8000 video bitrate, and the encoder preset for the streaming is encoder preset very fast default, medium CPU usage standard quality, and video encoder for recording software X264 low CPU usage preset increases file size. And I'm using the MKV file for saving the recording. And last but not least, I'm using both for audio encoder for the stream and the recording, AAC. And let's go and see the resolution. As you can see, full HD and 25 FPS. So there is that. Now, let's go back at the beginning, and I want to mention this for sure. Okay, I forgot to clean the notifications. So yeah, let's check out the top panel. I want to say this again. As you can see, I have prepared the date and time exactly as I want them to be. I have the weather here, the weather forecast that is. Some controls about the system like brightness, speakers, etc. This is the updater basically. I'm not using the Bluetooth, and this is funny to me. The system already had plenty of updates, but this still remains like this. As you can see, it's like the flags are compressed on the horizontal scale. They are compressed. It should be they should have a longer height. But anyway, the text still works just fine, but the graphics aren't. This is the application menu that I have been using, and this is my dock at the moment. So yeah, I had some good progress with theming the system, so to speak, but still insane stuff to be solved. Really, today I was on my edge, almost deleted the installation. It's like impossible so far. I don't know why this is happening, if it's the X11 stuff, if it's the cinnamon stuff, whatever it is, I cannot make Krita obey to my will. It doesn't obey to me. So this is the best that I could come around with Krita. Whatever you're able to see at the moment, this is what I got. This is the best so far. And Kdenlive, let me show you Kdenlive. This is the best for it. Like almost what I want, but not really. And I'm not sure if I will be able to come around and complete this. However, I still had some good successes theming wise. For example, I will open a few apps now for you to see. And then I will show you a few details on those apps. Someone who is using Linux Mint, maybe they would argue that this is a good job, but not according to my taste and my will. Still have plenty of stuff to fix. Maybe a new user cannot understand what I'm talking about, but an experienced one maybe already figured what's wrong with the system. Few more and we are done. Let's go to the for example, calendar. Then let's go to flat seal. And then let's go to parabolic. And then let's go to right. And let's do the typical test that I have been doing on all of my distributions. Yeah. So as you can see, most of these apps are adhering to my theme, my cursors, my icons, everything. However, I had trouble doing this, like a lot of trouble, but at least I managed. For example, this system information, a GTK app at the Wita, how do you pronounce it? I don't remember the exact naming. Anyway, and other apps as well, like calendar, same thing. I had like plenty of adventures with them. Like had the bears chasing me and elephants trying to step on me, but finally managed. Anyway, and then it was the system stuff, like here, for example, software sources. This I also fixed. If you are using Linux Mint, you know this is using just a white template of sorts. And yeah, all in all, one person can say that this is great, but even especially if someone tries to use this theme, Sweet Dark, or any Sweet version really. But as I said, not me. Still have plenty of work to do, but yeah. Here we are so far, so almost good. Or I don't want to do it even in quotation marks. It's like Ah, why? Anyway, I know that many people are not even bothering with such things, but since I'm using my computers for too many hours each and every day for the whole year, I want them to be exactly like I want them to be. Pleasant to the eye, snappy, and easy to move around. And so far it's like almost there, but not exactly right. And it feels like, even though I'm like a distant from conquering the Everest Mount, like the peak of the Mount Everest, it feels like I still have, in order to manage climbing the peak and go on top of it, it's like I have to almost like go back to the roots of the mountain and then climb up again. It feels so close and yet so far away. So yeah, once again, before I will go to another thing that I want to say is I want to show you the apps that I have been using, the installed apps, like this. Those who know, they will figure out the things, I think, quickly. As you can see, most of the apps are Flatpaks. And once again, I want to bring to your attention that the apps that have this shield on the right corner here, like this, like Yopling and Vivaldi, in order for you to install them, you have to go to Preferences and enable here on Flatpaks, Show Unverified Flatpaks. It says not recommended, but I need Vivaldi, I need Yopling, and here we are. So yeah. Oh, look at this. I pressed back and instead of going to the installed apps, it went to the home. Okay. I'm talking because I was here and went back, and yeah, this is okay, whatever. What else? Let me think about it, let me remember. Oh yeah, of course I have problems with the cursor. For example, this is my XIV Lancer. With this I can enable to play Final Fantasy XIV, if I will get around to solve the other issues first. Anyway, as you can see, the cursor inside here, it's smaller, but outside it's bigger. And I have this same issue in other apps as well, and I have to solve this as well. And this is very important for me because I will have to also fix my own cursors, like Swedish Breeze. And then, if possible, to build my cursor factory. We will see. And then, if I will manage that, then I will move on and try to build or maybe I will do the wallpaper jumper first and then the cursors, the Swedish Breeze cursors, and then the cursor factory. I will see, I haven't settled this in my mind just yet. But yeah, this distribution, it's like, yesterday I thought it was like, oh, it starts to feel nice, okay, good. But today it's once again like, why am I doing this to myself? Why not going back to Void Linux or something? Yeah, insane. And my goodwill, it's like today at least borderline exhausted. I'm running on the Steam right now. I wanted to say something important about this. Oh yes, of course. Sorry, my bad, sorry. I didn't mention anything about what is Linux Mint. What exactly is Linux Mint? So let's go and do that. First we will use the Wikipedia, of course. Linux Mint. Okay. And let's zoom in a bit. So yeah, Linux Mint is a community-developed Linux distribution based on Ubuntu. First released in 2006, Linux Mint is often noted for its ease of use, out-of-the-box functionality, and appeal to desktop users. It comes bundled with a selection of free and open-source software. The default desktop environment is Cinnamon, developed by the Linux Mint team, with Mate and XFC available as alternatives. A Debian-based version, blah blah blah. I will not keep reading this. You can pause the stream video later on the YouTube channel, etc, etc, and then go to the official website. Linux Mint, here in small letters, Zina. Linux Mint 22.3, the latest version of the friendly operating system is here. Install it on your computer today. What is Linux Mint? Linux Mint is let me zoom in a bit more. Linux Mint is an operating system for desktop and laptop computers. It is designed to work out of the box and comes fully equipped with the apps most people need. Sounds good, sounds nice. So far, most of the stuff that I or others most probably need, truly you can use the software manager, no need to access the terminal, install the apps you want, you wish for, and be done with it. Even some customization can be done through the software manager and then through its app. For example, fast fetch and fish you can manage in combination of the software manager and the terminal, and you can do that just fine. But in the further deeper end goal customizations that I'm trying to have, of course you need to access the terminal. That goes without saying. And I think I did the same for the system-wide customization. Yeah, the deeper end of the customization of themes, cursors, icons, etc. Terminal is a must, at least for a non-developer, that because maybe a developer knows how to code properly, and then they will use their developer environment, their dev environment, IDE or something, and then they will just use basically the GUI in order to access the system's folders, etc., and configure it through a code-based script or something. But I went just on autopilot mode on the terminal and did whatever I had to do in order to manage. Yeah, I think this is it for now. I don't want to say anything else. As I said, customizing today this system, the deeper parts of customization were like yeah, exhausted all of the goodwill that I had for the system yesterday, to the last drop even. So yeah, let's not drag this any longer. I will keep going, of course. I have many things to accomplish. Do I like what I see? Yes and no. Is it something that I will recommend to other people? Of course, if you are a new user, no problem, use it. You will be pleasantly surprised. Or gladly surprised. I think that's the correct one. You'll be gladly surprised. And as for the experienced users, perhaps this is not your distribution, and perhaps you know that already. But yeah, I think this was it for today. As always, thank you so much for everything, really, for watching, commenting, liking, disliking even, whatever, and especially for your comments. You are more than welcome. Thank you for everything, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.